So today I'm going to show you how to use one of these macronutrients apps. And the one that I really like, if you look here on my cell phone, excuse this silly picture of my daughter, she likes to change my background. The macros app up in the top left corner, if you find that in the Play Store, just upload it. That's the one I like the best because it allows you to pretty much do everything you need to do. You can pay for services, and there's some cool stuff that it can do, but quite frankly, I don't use any of it. I just use it to track exactly what it is I'm going to eat. So we're going to click on that right now. Now when it opens up, you'll notice that it wants a bunch of information from you. And you don't need to give it that information because it's just going to use that information to set up your macros for you. But you don't want that. You have a way that you want to set it up based on that first video that I showed you. Hopefully you've been through that already, the free diet seminar. If you haven't, I would encourage you to go through it. And so what we really care about here is at the bottom, we want daily caloric requirements. You'll notice it's set to 2078. Well, let's say I'm one of those people I'm a man, I'm say 5'8", and I want to lose weight, so I'm probably going to be about 1,600 calories, not 2,078. That's a little too much really for weight loss. I might get back to that eventually someday once I'm skinny again. But anyway, for now, we're going to change that. So let's click on that. And it's going to give us this screen. And we're going to change right here, this 2078. We're going to change this. Let's say we decide 1,500 calories is where we want to hit. And we're going to save that. Now you'll notice that the carbohydrates are 188. They don't really matter that much. Fats are 50, doesn't matter that much. Protein is only 75, which does matter. And unless you're trying to get down to 75 pounds, that's not enough protein. If you remember from the video again, the original video on weight loss, say my weight that I'm trying to get to is 150 pounds. Well, I need 150 grams of protein. 75 is inadequate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here and I am going to go to Edit Macronutrients Distribution. So I'm going to click on that here. And you'll notice that it's set up for 50% carbohydrates, 20% protein, 30% fat, which is not giving us enough protein. So we're going to change that protein to about 40%, and that should give us pretty close to what we want for protein. And I should mention these numbers don't have to be exact, but they got to be close. So let's change our carbohydrates and fat. Let's just make both of them 30 just to make it easy. You can change that around. Maybe you want fewer carbs and more fat. It doesn't really matter, but the protein does. And you'll notice that it's now set at 150 grams of protein. So let's just save that the way it is. And now it's set up like we want. Well, we don't have to do anything anymore on any of these pages at all. The only one that matters is this tab here. And this is where we're going to keep track of our food. And let me delete these out real quick here so we can start from scratch and you can see how this works. So you'll notice that it's broken into breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. Where you put everything really doesn't matter because it's only the total that really matters. But for the sake of using the app, we'll break it apart. Let's say for breakfast, we're going to go up here to add food for breakfast. And there's a huge library in this thing. And so we can find just about anything that we want. Now all these foods are things I've searched for before. Every time you search for something, it'll go into this list. Let's say, for example, that I want to search for something. Let's say for breakfast I had a bowl of Raisin Bran. So we're going to go up here into search and we're going to do Raisin Bran. And we're going to do this little search Raisin Bran in the library. The library is also over here. It doesn't really matter which one you use, but we're going to go search in Raisin Bran, and then you'll see Raisin Bran cereal. Well, if it's Kellogg's Raisin Bran cereal, that's what you want. So we'll click on that, and it's already set for 1 cup. Maybe you had a half a cup, maybe you had 2 cups. Doesn't matter. We'll just say you had 1 just to make it easy. So we're going to add that. So now you can see that it's in our breakfast. Raisin Bran cereal, Kellogg's 1 cup, and it shows the number of carbs, protein, fat, number of calories, and the most important is up here where it tells us how many carbs we've used, how much protein we've used, and how much fat we've used. Okay, now obviously we're not going to eat a cup of Raisin Bran protein without some milk, so we're going to add some food here. We're going to add some milk. We'll just say it's non-fat, milk non-fat, and we're going to search for that. Non-fat milk, Kroger, 8 ounces. You can see there's a whole bunch of different options here. We just need to find what's close to what we've got. So this is probably about right. 8 ounces of milk. That's probably more than we've got, but that's okay. We can change it. So we're going to click on it. Well, we may have only used, say, 4 ounces. So we're going to put a 4 in there. And you could also have selected a different one that does it in cups. It doesn't really matter. So we're going to add that. And now we have the non-fat milk in there too. And you can see it's got the carbs, proteins, fats, number of calories, and our totals have changed a little bit. Okay, so you'll notice that our breakfast has already done a lot for our carbs, but not much for proteins or fats. So we need to look, at least for lunch, we need to think about something that's a little bit heavier in maybe those nutrients. So it's lunchtime now, so we're going to go down, we're going to say we go to McDonald's for lunch. So we're going to add food right here. And oh, one thing I wanted to mention, by the way, let's go back here for, well, we don't even need to go back. Let's go look at this right here. This is a barcode. So if you have a barcode and we want to allow, obviously, for macros to take pictures. And you'll notice this is just showing what I'm seeing, but that will take a picture of a barcode on, say, your milk or your Raisin Bran or whatever, and it'll automatically put that stuff in if it's somewhere in the library. So that's another way that you can do things that make it easier. So I'm going to go back. We're not going to take a barcode right now. I'm sure you know how to do that. But what we're going to do is, now remember we're in lunch, so we're going to do a search, and we're going to do, let's say you get a double cheeseburger at McDonald's. So we're going to do McDonald's, whoops, double cheese. All right, so we're gonna search for that in the library. Because remember, we didn't have much fat and much protein. And so, let's see, double chocolate truffle, that's not right. Ooh, Dolby cheese. Okay, we need to change that to double cheese. Gotta spell it right. Alright, double cheese. There we go. So let's try that one. Double cheeseburger. Okay, right at the top. 440 calories, so we're going to click on that. 1 burger. We're going to add that. Alright, so let's see what that did to our total. Well, our carbs are up again. Protein is way up. Fat's way up. And so we're closer to meeting our goals. It looks like we're probably going to need to eat like a couple chicken breasts or something like that for dinner, because we still need to get that protein up, maybe a protein shake, whatever it might be. So we're gonna keep doing this throughout the day. I'm not gonna go through every meal here, but you get the idea. You're gonna plug in your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, any snacks you have. You can even keep track of your exercise and your water intake if you want. Although I don't use those, you are welcome to. But these totals are what really matter. You want to be close to 113 carbs, close to 150 grams of protein, and close to 50 grams of fat. They don't have to be exact. They can be a little bit over, a little bit under. It's not super important. But the main thing is you want to get about those amounts of nutrients every day. And if you do, especially combined with the exercise program that I recommended, you are going to lose weight. It's going to be awesome. So thank you for watching and good luck to you.